Yo, this ain't just your regular point guard build. This is a pure bucket getter. Jalen Brunson. Elite footwork, tough finishes, clutch shot making, and zero fear in the fourth quarter. Too strong for small guards, too quick for big. Mid-range magician, paint predator, and a certified poser. Build lives with pressure. Big moments, big shots, big wins. And I created Brunson in NBA2K26, and it's probably one of my best builds so far this year. So sit back, hit the sub button, relax, and we're gonna go over all the animations and attributes that make this build Jalen Brunson. Enjoy. This is the moment y'all all been waiting for. The attributes and animations to the Jalen Brunson build. So let me break this down to y'all. The drive and dunk does not matter. I'm telling y'all this because this was originally a Damian Lillard build. I switched it up because Jalen Brunson is one of my favorite point guards. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to stick with this build and I'm not making another one. So that's why the height is a little inch taller. The weight is a couple pounds up and the wingspan is off. It's supposed to be 6'4", but I made it 6'7". Close shot, 76. Drive and layup should be higher. Jalen Brunson's drive and layup in 2K is at 97. No, at 87, excuse me. But in this instance, it's a 78, and let me tell you, 78 is the sweet spot. Do not think you need an 86 or higher, but if you want a high layup, that's fine. If you're making builds like Kyrie Irving or Curry, of course you're going to put your layup higher. For Jalen Brunson, definitely an 80 plus to a 77, 78 could definitely give you a sweet spot. I still make high contested layups. And I still can lay up on bigs. I think this is cap, but I've been playing rec, and I still get contested layups on bigs, and the green window is huge at 78. I don't know why. Hopefully 2K never touches it. Standard dunk, you don't need post control. Jalen Brunson does have a post bag, but even at 36, you can still hit post shots. Now, the shooting is perfect where it's at. Now, in 2K standards, Jalen Brunson has a 97 midi. He is a mid-range specialist and an 86 3 ball, which I do not agree with. Jalen Brunson can shoot at a high clip when he's on a burner from the 3. So, these are the stats you can definitely use. But I did have enough room for the cap breaks to go mid-range, but I kept it where it's at because at 89, it's a sweet spot, and I feel like you don't need too much of a mid-range if you're not going to use the mid-range. Me, I do use step backs. I do use fading shots when I'm running across the baseline, and it does help out. This is only at 89, but if you put 2 more cap breakers up, you can make it a 92. I put a cap breaker on 3 to get me deep bomber because I know in late game moments, when we're in the clutch, you need that open shot from deep to seal the game. And deep bomber has been so fun to use. I love it. 75 free throw. 90s across the board on all playmaking. You're going to get Jalen Brunson animations. Do not worry about it. All you need is a 90, and all you need is the height that is around 6'1" to 6'3". You get all his hesitations, his motion styles, combo moves. You don't have to worry about that. Now, this is where the build is a liability. Defense. You are not going to be a defender. You're going to be a whoever offense guy on the opposite end because teams are going to pick on you because of your height and your wingspan. If you're making it the accurate way of 6'4", you're not going to contest any shots. Now, me, luckily, I'm at 6'7", so I can contest some shots, but I still get hunted on the offensive end. In the rec, the opposing teams definitely play whoever offense. I can definitely tell when they switch the better offensive player on me, and I get 8 up every time on that perimeter. But I'm fine with it because I get a bucket back on the other side. That's what makes this build so perfect. Now, no steal really, not a real big block, no rebounding. And you definitely have to have a 90 speed because you're going to be moving very fast on this build. Jalen Brunson is a very twitchy, fast guard, and he moves very quick. 79 on the agility is perfect. You don't need to have an 80 or higher. I mean, you can probably put it at 84, but a 79 is like a sweet spot. 63 is perfect because you won't get bumped and you won't lose the ball. I'm actually getting bumped out of lockdowns, and I'm still keeping the ball with the 63 strength. So keep it where it's at. You don't have to put it any higher. Jalen Brunson is a strong guard, but he's not a real big, burly, strength, crazy guard. 80 on the vert is perfect. You can put it a little higher if you want. I mean, you don't really need a high vert, especially if you're just going to be a layup type of player if you do it the accurate way. But I have the high vert. Like I said, this build was not originally Jalen Brunson, but it's a sweet spot to have an 80 vert because I can still get up on my layups and my floaters. Now, the badge glossary, these are the badges you get. Of course, mini marksman and many other badges that are very, very key to this build. The tier 2 badges, paint prodigy, which could be higher if I put it on an 80 or not, and then layup mix master, which is currently on a silver because I have a badge perk that I did mess with, and then the float game is on gold, diamond, break starter. It's going to have everything you need to make this a great build and a great captain. If you're in the rec or the pro-am, it's going to hang with the best of the best. Now, the badges, these are my badge perks. I put one on Deadeye and I put one on float game so I can start timing floaters and start using this build, because a lot of times you're going to get blocked trying to do layups because, you know, everybody just likes to block everything. So a floater, if you know how to time it right, is going to be perfect on this build. And I put layup mix master on silver so I can start getting a bigger green window on my layups. Now, these are the badges you get on this build. Like I said, if you put the height down and you make this build the right way, and if you make it the way I made it, if you do the 6'3", 200 pounds, these are the badges you get. I know at 6'1", 6'2", you get mini marksman close to legend or Hall of Fame, depending on how high you put your shooting up. I like it at silver. I don't need it real high, but if I do get another badge perk, I'll definitely put it at gold and see where it takes me. Now, this is what you all been waiting for. The animations to this build. This is what y'all waiting for. I know y'all want the jump shot, but we're going to get to the playmaking moves. Everything Jalen Brunson. Only thing that cannot be Jalen Brunson is the combo moves. Jalen Brunson does not have any combo moves in this game. So the best is Ja Morant, and I'm going to tell you why. Ja Morant's combo moves kind of give a more accurate feel of Jalen Brunson. In big game settings, Jalen Brunson has definitely done a shutter step into a big left to right or right to left crossover to get him easy shots or game time shots. And I've seen it so many times in his fourth quarter performances. So this is what you want to be more accurate. Definitely use Ja Morant. Crossover could be Jalen Brunson. Now, the behind the back was kind of controversial. I do like the Kyrie Irving. The Kyrie Irving because it kind of keeps you from getting turnovers. A lot of behind the backs are turnover magnets in this game. This one especially. This was the one that everybody liked to use, but once you realize that that big hang of a behind the back is easy to get turnovers on, I would say Kyrie Irving is the safer option. I like it. It creates a decent amount of space, and if you have enough speed, it can be very quick to use in some situations to get you open. Now, everything after this is Jalen Brunson, and you use the Kobe Bryant triple threat. Kind of emulates a little bit of how Brunson moves in a triple threat sense. But anyway, let's go over to the scoring moves. Now, we're going to get to the jump shot, but the free throw you want is Jalen Brunson. Now, this is the important thing. Your go-to shot. Jalen Brunson does not have a go-to shot in this game, and I hope they add one in for 2K27 because he does have go-to moves in clutch situations. But the best go-to shot for a Jalen Brunson build is going to be Malik Monk, and I'm going to tell you why. That first move you just saw is the one that you're going to activate in close game situations. That hang to step back is literally Jalen Brunson in clutch situations. If you look at his game time shot highlights, he definitely does a big between the legs hang into a step back to his left to get him the best angle for a nice midi or a three-point shot. And let me say, it is one of my favorite go-to shots, especially when I have takeover, because it creates the most ankle breakers I've seen in any go-to shot. Probably I need to explore my knowledge of go-to shots, but this is the one I love the most for a Jalen Brunson build. Second would be Davion Mitchell. Davion Mitchell has the best kind of like accurate Jalen Brunson. I mean, Jalen Brunson moves like this, and he moves like this when he's really on a heat check. But I will say, if you want the best option, Malik Monk, this is the one you avoid. Please do not use Jalen Suggs. I'm going to tell you why. It creates no space. I was using it for the first couple nights, and I was making no space. It was like he was just dribbling in the same spot in a big step back. You don't want that. This is the best one, especially if you're trying to get a bucket in the mid-range. Malik Monk. Spin jumper, Jalen Brunson, and then dribble pull-up, Jalen Brunson. I like both of these. The spin jumper, I know everybody goes for the Kyrie Irving, but if you want to play like JB, use the Jalen Brunson spin jumper. Hop jumper. Now, this was one that I kind of just didn't know what to do, but I like Jalen Brunson's. It's the big wide step back he does right here is the one that you want because you get the best green windows with it. And I actually kind of hit like a game tying shot in the rec. I didn't record it, of course, but I hit a game tying shot in the rec with that step back, and it felt like real life Jalen Brunson. It was like the setup, the way I walked it down, got to the spot, and it just, yeah. You want to use this hop jumper, of course. And then everything else after that is Jalen Brunson. I didn't have enough layup to get his floater, and I didn't have enough to get a Trae Young. So you can use default if you're going to put your layup at a 78, but I know a lot of y'all going to put it higher, so you can get the Jalen Brunson floater. Who knows? I'll probably get some more cap breakers. I'll probably unlock it so I can start using it. Then you want to do the celebrations. You want to get the Jalen Brunson burner. That is the only one you can use, really, because it's Jalen Brunson, and I love using it. And yeah, so that's everything on the animation side. And now it is the jump shot. This is what y'all all been waiting for. The Brunson 2. I call it the Brunson 2 because it is a remake of his first jump shot in the game. So what you want to do is Jalen Brunson for the base, Jalen Brunson for the release, and Reggie Jackson for the release to end the shot. I'm going to tell you why. Do you see how he's shooting right now? That is accurate Jalen Brunson. When Jalen Brunson is in a heat check or he's on a heater, he holds his release, especially to show the opponent that I'm here and I'm going to make every shot I take if you leave me open. Lore accurate Jalen Brunson. And what you want to do is release speed on quick all the way, 30% Jalen Brunson, 70% Reggie Jackson, and I shoot on push and I get all my shots on green. I mean, my hot zones are all on purple, kind of. I'm still working on a lot of them, but my first two at the top of the key are on purple, and it's because this jump shot is so easy to time. So yeah, this is Jalen Brunson. This is everything you need to make a Jalen Brunson build. The only disclaimer is Nike does not have a contract with the Kobe team, so you cannot get the Kobe 6s. You can't make the Grinches. The only thing you can do is probably the Kobe 8s. I know I have a pair of Kobe 8s on my original point guard, but shoes that can kind of give that look, the Sabrina 2s and the Ja Morant 3s and the Kyrie low, I think it's the Kyrie 5 low, can kind of give like a Kobe look. If you want to make the custom shoes, you know, you go on YouTube, you look at all his PE colors, and you just put them on that shoe. So you see I made the orange. Well, he has the orange Kobe 6s, but I made him the Sabrina 2 with the orange and the blue Nike symbol. It kind of looks like a Kobe from a distance, but who really cares? Who really knows what it looks like? Other than that, this is the Jalen Brunson build. If you want to make it, by all means do it, but disclaimer, do not make it and think you're going to just be a bucket. It takes the skill of knowing how to dribble and getting your shots right and picking the right shots, please. But that is the video. I hope you guys enjoy. I have fun on this build. I got a lot of clips and stuff coming soon that I'm editing right now. Happy Saturday. I hope you guys are enjoying the NBA playoffs. I hope you guys are just enjoying your weekend. I know the world can get a little bit stressful, but man, just always wake up, sip some water, walk with nature, and enjoy your loved ones. Sometimes a loved one can definitely get you out of a bad spot. So enjoy this video. I love each and every one of y'all. Peace.